Hey, it's Lydia and Wolf, owner of Summer Dragon Studios, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I suit up in my Digitigrade full suit. I'm going to put the head to the side for a bit, because that's one of the last things we're going to put on. So, I always start by making sure my feet paws are attached to the bodysuit correctly. They have these zippers in there, attaching the foot to the body, and this fur that slides over it, making sure it looks smooth. And then the first thing I'm going to do is slide my feet in here, just like putting on a pair of pants. And I've got my feet all the way down into the paws. They're super easy to slip on because they don't have stiff shoes inside of them like some styles of feet paws do. They've just got the soft lining, and the paws hold their shape just with polyester stuffing. So now I'm going to slide the bodysuit up here. Make sure it's up where it needs to be. And as you can tell, it looks a bit floppy and deflated, so we gotta fix that. And the way I do that is these pillow pads that I slide inside the suit. These are just held up by the friction of the fur against my legs, so they don't need to be sewn in or anything. It makes it a lot easier to wash and also store and pack. So I'm gonna slide the padding down, make sure it's all the way down in the knee there. And then I'm going to repeat with the other side. My suit also has a third piece of padding. This is for the butt. It helps the Digitigrade leg hold its shape a bit better, since my body is kind of flat. So I slide that down there, also held up by the same kind of friction. And as you can see, it adds a whole lot of volume there too. So now the legs are looking nice and full. So now it's time to put the tail on. My tail has this cutaway detail on the base, and it's got a hidden belt loop in there, so I can stick my fingers through. It's like a tunnel. So I'm going to slide my belt. This is my favorite belt for fursuiting. It's made of this kind of cloth material. It's super sturdy, holds the tail up really well. So I'm going to slide the tail onto that. I've got these two ends. And in the back of my bodysuit, there are two little tiny slits here and here. And these two ends of the belt are going to slide through those, and I'm going to attach the belt inside the suit. So there's the one end. And sometimes it falls. Got to make sure the belt is facing the right way. That's in there. And we'll slide the other side up, like so. And then I'm going to put the belt basically as tight as I can around my waist, just to make sure the tail stays tight against the bodysuit. So I don't worry too much about this little end of the belt. That can just sit here. It doesn't add any extra bulk. So we've got the tail. And we're ready to slip on the upper body. So I do it one arm at a time. I pull it up by the shoulder, slide my arm into it, and the other side, like that. And once I've got these shoulders in here, it puts a lot of upward tension on the suit, making sure everything is tight and fitting as it should. And then I'm going to make sure everything is in here, push the fur out of the way, and pull up the zipper. Smoothing the fur down. Also at this step, I often like to grab my fur brush and smooth out any of the parts that got scruffy while I was putting on the suit. Like that. And now we're finally ready to put the head on. I always put the head on before the paws because once I've got the paws on, it's pretty difficult to do anything with my hands. So I'm just gonna slide my head into there. Make sure the neck fur is all smoothed out nicely. Like so. And then we're ready to put the paws on. So my two paws are made to be exactly the same, but one of them fits the one hand better, so I always have to test which hand it's gonna fit, and it appears to be that one. So I pull the sleeve of the bodysuit up out of the way, slide that paw on, and then pull the fur down over it and smooth that out a bit. And my paws have these little finger escapes in them, so my fingers can get out, and that'll help me put on the second paw. So same thing, pull it out of the way, slide it on, pull it over, and smooth it out. And then I'm gonna take my fingers, slide them back in so you can't see them. You also can't see the finger escapes at all. These paws have this fluff that hides that really well. And there we are, all suited up.